intervention, man. Yes, sir. Look that up, Ricardo. Look up the definition of divine intervention. Because this is something that's going to be enacted not only in the lives of the men of the Lord, but also you wicked motherfuckers, man. Yeah. And when the Lord shows divine intervention in your life and you wicked, guess what? You got to get fucked up badly. That's right. Yes, sir. Badly, man.
It says divine intervention refers to the active involvement of a deity or higher power in the affairs of humans.
So when you getting fucked up, you can't say nothing but this is an act of God, man.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know what? You know how cold the Most High is? The Most High will put all your wicked deeds in your mind while he fucking you up. Mm-hmm. So every time you...
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakar Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Okay, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi WAHAWADAH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and for my grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, is laboring in the word, and is pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwah that's listening in, is remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. Okay. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the Lord's elect. And real quick, you know what I'm saying, I was just listening to the beloved brothers, you know what I'm saying, out of Kansas City, headed by the priest Mahaloya. You know what I'm saying, the brother right there in the far left, you know what I'm saying, close to the camera. All right, that's the priest Mahaloya. And you know, it just sparked in the spirit. All right, that I wanted to read the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, you know what I'm saying, and dive into some of these plagues. All right, dive into some of these plagues, man, you know, that the Lord had placed on the children of on the children of Egypt. You know what I'm saying, the people of Egypt. All right, the you know, the people from Matazarium. You know what I'm saying. In the Hebrew, Egypt is Matazarium. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's get this in. Actually, I want to get that definition that the brother had put up for divine intervention. All right. Let me look up the word for divine first. All right, let's look up the word for divine first in the etymology. All right, so divine. Let's see. All right, divine from it reads, learn or make out by or as if by divination, foretell, future events. All right. Also intransitive. Let's see, from Old French, diviner. Let's go down. From Latin, divinare, foresee, foretell, predict. From divinus, meaning of a god, all right, or belonging to a god, okay, inspired, prophetic. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are dealing with the spirit, man. All right, all these things is dealing with the spirit. Now let's go back. Let's go and look at the word for intervention. All right. Intervention. All right. Intervention. Meaning intercession. All right. Intercessory prayer. All right. In interposing, a giving security. All right. Security. literally a coming between. Okay, so a coming between, to come to an act of intervening. Okay, often of international relations. So we're going to have a spiritual intervening. You know what I'm saying? All right, where the Lord is going to spiritually intervene. He's going to come and come in between. All right, the elect and the trouble that's coming, man. Jacob's trouble. All right. Now let me get this. All right, because this was a quote from what was his name? President. I think it was Andrew Jackson. All right, let's check that out real quick. Bear with me. All right, Salakia. This is a quote from Thomas Jefferson. I meant to say Thomas Jefferson, not Andrew Jackson. All right, but Thomas Jefferson. The quote reads, "I tremble for my country," meaning America, "when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means only, a revolution of the wheel of fortune in exchange of situation is among possible events, that it may become probable by supernatural interference." All right, a divine intervention. Okay, that it may become probable by supernatural interference. The Almighty has no attribute. All right, the Almighty has no attribute which can take side with us in such a contest. All right, so they know that the Lord is coming back. They know that the Lord is not going to be on their side, man. All right, as the scriptures say in the book of Psalms, chapter 50. All right, get that real quick. Like the elder apostle Tahar says, there's always lessons within lessons, man. You know what I'm saying? So this may take a little longer than expected. But it's all good, man. It's the Pesach, you know what I'm saying? I got time, man. I got time. This is Psalms chapter 50. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. Salaki, let's start at verse 15. "And call upon me in the day of trouble." Hey, man, you know, there's a reason why we keep harping on the names. There's a reason why we keep telling y'all the correct names, and we keep saying it over and over and over. All right, if there's nothing that you learn from these lessons, learn the names. You see what I'm saying? Learn the names, man. All right, because that's what you're going to need to call on in truth and in faith when the time comes, man. You see what I'm saying? This is deathly important. We don't play around when we say these things, and when we constantly, you know what I'm saying, correcting people, you know what I'm saying, correcting brothers on the names. All right? When you people come into our comment sections and y'all say, and y'all call on Yah, and y'all call on Yeshua, and y'all call on Yehoshua, y'all call on Yahuwah, y'all call on Ahaya and Yeshaya, you see what I'm saying, and God and Jehovah and Jesus Christ, all right? And we correct you every single time because it's just that important. It's far too important, man. You know what I'm saying? And only the elect are going to take heed to that. Only the elect. And the elect is a small number. You see? That's why we don't care about numbers here in Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? And those are the men of the likewise doctrine. We don't care about numbers. It's not a numbers game with the Most High, man. It's not. It's about quality over quantity. You see what I'm saying? When the Lord said, "I shall make up my jewels," all right, he's not talking about all of Israel, man. He's talking about the choice precious stones. You see what I'm saying? So let me read that again, verse 15 of Psalms chapter 50. It says, "And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me." You see? We don't glorify ourselves, man. Like, certain people like Bishop Nathaniel, who rides in on a horse at the Passover. We don't glorify ourselves like Elder Rachar from GOCC, who's walking around, you know what I'm saying, flipping a fedora hat. and dancing in front of the congregation. We don't glorify us, all right? We don't glorify us like the former chief priest Alazar sitting on a throne, okay, with fitted hats on and AKAs and Salaka AKs and you know, Glocks and shit like that everywhere, man. All right, we don't glorify ourselves. This is not about us. All right, it's not about us, man. It never was. Verse 16, it says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith," and this goes to you Edomites, man. All right, this goes to you Edomites who Thomas Jefferson is referring to. Right? It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee." You see what I'm saying? So when you hear these jakes come up to you and talk about, oh, the Bible is the white man's book. The Bible's right. No, it's not. They took this book. They butchered this book. You see what I'm saying? All right. They took this book and they cut pieces out of it, man. And we have it now. All right. We have it now. The 66 books and the Apocrypha that was taken out, and we have it in full. You see what I'm saying? All of what is necessary for our salvation. All of what is necessary for our salvation, man. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16 tells you that none of these shall fail, man, and none shall want her mate. So you don't need to go into all these other books and on all that stuff, man, getting bugged out and shit, man. Okay? You leave that book of Enoch alone, leave the book of Jasher alone, all right? Leave the books of Adam and Eve alone. You see what I'm saying? All that nonsense. Leave it alone. You see what I'm saying? All right? Keep it simple, stupid. That's what our apostles teach us. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. That's all you gotta do. Just keep it simple, man. All right? Over here, we teach about the simplicity in Yahawah, man. Let me get that real quick. Let's go here. All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. It says, "But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Mashiach." See what I'm saying? This is about keeping it simple, man. Because when you try to go deep in all this stuff, man, all right, you're going to get bugged out. You're going to get bugged out. Romans chapter 12. Romans chapter 12, and let's go to verse, let's hit verse 7. All right. Let's see. Or ministry. Let's start at verse 6. It says, "Having then gifts," all right, gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy. All right, according to the proportion of faith, according to the proportion of faith. Or ministry, let us wait on our ministering. Or he that teacheth, on teaching. Or he that exhorteth, on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth, with diligence. He that showeth mercy, with cheerfulness. See what I'm saying? So let's go back to Psalms chapter 50. Slakia, I know I'm all over the place, man. All right, but let's go to verse 20. We read verse 15 to 17. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump down to verse 20. And it reads, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence." Okay, just because you haven't seen the Lord make a move on these devils yet doesn't mean that he's not watching. It doesn't mean that he's not waiting. The Lord is long suffering. That's what's wrong with you jakes, man. You want the Lord to move on your time. That's not how it works. The Lord is patient. He's waiting for that right time to strike, man. All right? And only the elect are going to understand that. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. When they go around talking about manifest destiny and this and that, you see what I'm saying? What are they saying? They're saying that they believe the Lord is on their side. You see what I'm saying? That's what they believe. All right? But the Lord was never on their side. He was just waiting. Okay? It says right here, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And he's doing that right now. Beginning with his prophets, man. Beginning with with the elect of the 144,000. All right, because they are on the earth. There are men who are preaching and teaching this word. You see what I'm saying? In the correct doctrine. You see? And then it's going to go forward with the rest of the elect, the 1/3 remnant, okay? And the remnant that's scattered around the entire world, man. Okay? Who's taking heed to the words of these men. Now, let me read that again from Thomas Jefferson. I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature and natural means only, a revolution of the wheel of fortune in exchange of situation, is among possible events that it may become probable by supernatural interference. The Almighty has no attribute which can take side with us in such a contest, and the Lord is not going to take your side in this endeavor, man. Okay, he's about to tear you down, man, and he's going to have you watch as he's raising up his elect, as he's raising up his men. You see, and they're forced to see this thing now, man. Now let's go to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. All right, this is what I wanted to originally read. Excuse me. All right, and let's read chapter 17 and verse. Let's go to verse. Let's start at verse. Shit. I might as well read the whole chapter, right? Let's see. It says, starting at the top, for great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence. All right. This is talking about when the Lord had smitten Egypt with the plagues. Okay, when the Lord smitten Egypt with the Egyptians with the plagues, you know, they had to deal with that darkness. All right, the scriptures say that it was so dark it could be felt. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's about to do the same thing today. All right, let there be a blackout. Let there be no lights, no electricity, no power for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. All right? It's only going to take 1 week for chaos to set in. That's all it's going to take. In 2 weeks, we're already seeing declines in the population. In 3 weeks, all right? Come on, man. People are begging for a solution at this point. And that's all it's going to take, man. It's not even a full month where the Lord's going to plague these people. You know what I'm saying? A lot can happen in a day. Continuing on, it says, verse 3. For while they suppose to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. The Lord is about to truly plague these people, man. All right? You 2/3 Israelites. All right? You 2/3 Israelites, you undesirables, and the heathen, beginning with Esau. These Edomites, man, they're about to catch hell, man. All right? And just like the brother said in the video, just like the brother said, you know, it's gonna be done on such a scale that you're gonna know this was the hand of God. You know, this was the hand of the Heavenly Father, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. You're gonna know that. People are going to know it. Verse 4. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. So imagine this person, all right? This person is smitten with blindness, all right, or darkness. It doesn't even say blindness, it says darkness, all right? A supernatural form of darkness where you can feel it, okay? And this person is crouched in a corner, all right? Even the wall can't protect you from the fear. Okay, it says, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. All right, imagine that. Just listening to a drop of water from the faucet in the other room, that can put you to fear. You see what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the Lord was plaguing them with memories. All right. He may have plagued them with something that they might have done to an Israelite. Okay. Hey, man, the Lord is he's cold like that, man. The scriptures say, give me any plague but the plague of the heart. Right. Let me see. Falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. Verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten, all right, that horrible night. You see what I'm saying? And this is back in ancient Egypt, man. They was able to see the stars, innumerable stars, man, and the edge of the Milky Way. They was able to see that. All right. Okay, but even the stars, even the bright stars at night couldn't give them light. Not even the fire. You could put the fire right in front of your face and you can't see it. You know? Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. Verse 7. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. All right. So they're soothsayers. They're, they're magi. They weren't able to do anything, man. Verse 8. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from the sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. So they were being plagued as well, man. All right. They were supposed to be the ones to fix the problems. Okay. All right. But the Lord was plaguing their asses too. Verse 9. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous. All right, and being pressed with conscience, always forecasted grievous things. All right, check this out. It's about to explain to you what fear truly is. All right, it's about to explain to you what happens when a soul is truly experiencing fear. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like the Apostle Gabar says all the time, that the things that you can't see are far more powerful than the things that you can see. All right? Because when the Lord plagues your mind, there's no escape from your mind. All right? Verse 12. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, which mean aid. All right? Which means aid. Let me get that again. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offereth. All right? If you can use reason, if you can think for just sit back and think, all right, then it can ease your mind if you sit back and think. But with these kinds of plagues, your mind using reason and logic couldn't fix the problem. All right? Verse 13. And the expectation from within, all right, from within, being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. All right? This was internally. The Lord is able to go inside your mind and fuck you up internally, man. All right? And you can't think. You see what I'm saying? So it's so even a water drop from the faucet in the kitchen, all right, it could plague you because your mind is so full of fear that you're not able to ration anymore. You see? That's a terrible thing. Verse 14. But they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell. All right? Because they were in pure hell that night, man. Hell is not a place. Hell is a condition that one lives in, or it's the grave. You see what I'm saying? Verse 15. Were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their hearts failing them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. People were having heart attacks that night. You see what I'm saying? Imagine that shit. People were having heart attacks that night. Verse 16. Whoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. Meaning the Lord made them a prison in their minds. This is how cold the Lord is, man. And the Lord is about to make his presence known once again. All right? Once again, man. Watch what happens when these people don't have access to their psych meds. All right? Watch what happens. Watch what happens when the people are starting to see things. They're starting to see these apparitions. All right? Imagine the self-deletion rate. Imagine. Verse 17, for whether he were husbandman or shepherd or laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured let me get that right. It says, for whether he were a husbandman or shepherd or laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured that necessity which could not be avoided. For they were all bound with one chain of darkness. The Lord is crazy, man. He could tear you up in ways that you can't even explain. Verse 18. Whether it were a whistling wind or a melodious noise of birds among the spreading branches, even the chirping of a bird could put you to fear. The Lord gets a hold of you, is nothing you can do, man. The scriptures say it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. It's a fearful thing, man. Because he knows how to break a man. He knows how to break people. You see? Why? Because he made you. He knows what you fear. He knows how your brain works. Continuing on, it says, let me read that again, verse 18. Whether it were a whistling wind, or a melodious noise of birds among the spreading branches, or a pleasing fall of water running violently, or a terrible sound of stones cast down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts, or a roaring voice of most savage wild beasts, or a rebounding echo from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon for fear. Imagine an entire nation, its citizens running rampant all over the place because they're just plagued in the mind. Imagine that. Verse 20, for the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. All right. So while the whole world had light, you know what I'm saying, amongst the Egyptians, it was pure darkness. And this was darkness in the mind. Right? Verse 21. Over them only was spread in heavy night an image of that darkness, which should afterwards receive them. But yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness. You see? The Lord is cold like that, man. And there's going to be a divine intervention real soon when the Lord makes his move, all right, to come back for the elect. Okay? It's going to be crazy hell out here, man. Imagine that. You're going to see these type of apparitions. You're going to see the people lose the soundness of mind. You're going to see all of it. You're going to see earthquakes that can't be explained, man. You know what I'm saying? That'll rock a whole city. You're going to see Leviathan. Lord, I can't wait to see Leviathan, man. I can't wait to see Leviathan. What do you think Godzilla was based off? It's based off the scriptures, man. I can't wait to see Leviathan. My goodness, man. Growing up, I always wanted to see a tornado in real life. Truth be told, I want to see Leviathan. That'll be something crazy, man. Call Allah Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. You know, but the Lord is about to, he's about to bring hell on this place. You know what I'm saying? We're in the Passover, all right? And we've entered into the feast of unleavened bread, all right? For 6 days until next Thursday when the Passover, when the Shabbat begins again, okay? That's going to be the end of the feast of unleavened bread, right? But yeah, these are heavy times, man. Heavy times. Reflect on these things, man. Okay? Think upon the fearsomeness of the Heavenly Father, of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son. All right? And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The fear of the Lord is His treasure, man. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to end it off with that. Let's go to Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? Because the people have no fear of the Lord, and the Lord is about to make Himself known again, and it's going to be a terrible time when the Lord reintroduces Himself. You know? Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." All right. So if you understand this truth, and you've been meditating in the Lord's works and remained occupied in prophecy. All right. These things are going to keep you stable. All right. In the times that's coming. Continuing on, in strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is His treasure. All right. So I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.